On Wednesday night, the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party hosted a war game around a fictional conflict in the Taiwan Strait in 2027. Republicans and Democrats came together, laser-focused on how we prevent war. And credit goes to Ranking Member Krishnamurthy, who had the great idea to add an economic component to the game. Let's look at what happened. First, the PLA massed an invasion force and preemptively struck our positions in Okinawa and Guam. Deterrence failed, in other words. Second, through 6 days, we sunk 80 PLA ships in the Strait, thanks to our undersea capabilities and long-range anti-ship missiles. Third, nevertheless, 80,000 PLA troops gained a lodgment on the main island of Taiwan. And fourth, we used up almost all our best ammo, long-range precision fires, within a week of the fighting, just a week. Fifth, U.S. economic sanctions imposed crippling costs on Chinese banks, but many allies, even G7 partners, hesitated to join our sanctions regime. And six, PRC losses were heavy after 6 days, but we were nowhere near breaking the PLA's will to fight, and they were starting to use commercial ships to continue the invasion. So what did we learn? Neither the U.S. nor Taiwan had nearly enough critical munitions in the theater to deter the CCP. We severely degraded the invasion, but we could not fully deny it. If we want to have a hope of stopping World War III, we need to therefore arm Taiwan to the teeth right now and clear the $19 billion worth of foreign military sales backlog that is frankly an embarrassment, something I've talked with every Taiwanese leader about. We also need to reinvigorate our defense industrial base and start cranking out critical munitions like long-range anti-ship missiles. It's also imperative to get our allies and partners on board with the idea of economic deterrence long before the shooting starts. Russian sanctions negotiations will look like a cakewalk in comparison to what we'd have to put together against the CCP. All the more reason we put it together now. In previous war games, I've seen how quickly the military side escalates. What took me aback in this game was how quickly the economic side escalated. By day 6, global trade had ground to a complete halt, and we kicked Chinese banks off the SWIFT system. Markets were tanking, and the PRC's aggression had created an economic and humanitarian catastrophe. Companies need to prepare for this. Failing to do so is a dereliction of their fiduciary duties. The biggest lesson, though? Well, to paraphrase Eisenhower, the only way to win this war is to prevent it. And that means strengthening deterrence and making it clear to Xi Jinping that attacking Taiwan would be a disastrous mistake.